all but destroy the Jedi Knights. The old Republic is crippled. They can do nothing to stop us now. But there is one thing standing in our way. One last Jedi who has yet to choose his true role in the galaxy. If he joins us on the path to darkness, those who fight alongside him will follow. But if he takes the path of a Jedi, those who join him will feel the vengeance of the dark side.
The highly anticipated sequel to the 2003 Game of the Year, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords.
Hello folks, this has gone Spy, the Spy. We're going to be coming to you live back to Star Wars Knights of the Republic, the Sith Lords, and the Act 2. It's been a long time since I've been able to get started after the last series of the Halo 2 campaign, but right now we're getting back into the point here. That's new. I guess after the Act 1 of learning about Scion, this new guy came into the picture here. Well, anyways, last time on Star Wars Knights of the Republic, the Sith Lords. Now, when we were in Atreus' Academy, which is when the surviving Jedi Masters that the Exile, which is the character that I'm playing as, had survived, and right now we're going to be working up an alliance to work together to be able to find the Jedi Masters, to learn about why we were cut off from the Force to begin with, and if there's a way to be able to sever a connection of a Force chain, which is very lethal to its master and student, to me and Kreia. And maybe one of the Masters, or maybe the whole Masters, will be able to tell us about it. So right now, we're currently in space to be able to figure out our next plan. But right now, a new companion had joined us, she's kind of a stowaway, but she hopefully has good intentions, but I'm pretty sure that she does. So without further ado, let's get this started. And also, we're going to need to be working around some planets to be able to work on again the Jedi lightsaber parts that Bader is going to be helping us with. And in case that some of you guys are new here, I will introduce to you again. This here is Remote, the companion of Bader that insists in firefights and with mechanic stuffs. And this here is Bader. He is a good, loyal, dependent companion, and it's good at mechanics and knows this exile character from the Jedi Mandalorian Wars. And this is T3M4, a good dependent droid companion, and also one of the old companions that serves the Heston-inspired Revan Jedi from the Jedi Civil War. So right now, and this is Adam, our sort of a smuggler and yet a very good pilot, and also a loyal companion. He does need to, and he's kind of a jackass sometimes, but That's just his nature in a good way, sort of thing, not in a bad way, you understand? And then, and this new character, her name is the Handmaiden, and like I said, she stowed away in our ship when we got out of her mistress's academy, but she wants to be able to help out, so I kind of, hey, yeah, it's okay, you could be able to help us, all that we can need, all the help we can get, and so she's going to be helping us, and she's also a very experienced combat warrior, companion. And last but not least, Kreia. Now, there's a mystery going on with Kreia that I still want to know about, but to be able to know furthermore about the personalities and their dependence of their backstories, influences of positives going to need to be added to the point, so it takes conversations and actions, depends on how you do things, that's inside the ship or that's outside the ship during the mission.
How many more do we intend to gather to us? This ship is not the galaxy. There is only so much room.
Only as many as I needed, and because many will be willing to sacrifice themselves to me, but not really what I meant to say. This is part of the dialogue positives for certain characters.
Then prepare for an army, I think, for it seems many more will come in time. They will follow you because you are a leader. Their kind always needs such, even when the figure deserves no such obedience.
And what makes you think they will be able to obey me?
Because I am not blind, that is why. I see what they see, hear their voices when they speak to you, and notice the change when they speak to others.
How do you know that?
I know many things, and I know what I am not. I am no leader. I speak with a voice that will never move others. I speak with a passion that goes unheard. They obey you because you are a leader, and perhaps something more. Have you noticed what has been happening? Have you felt it in them?
Is something happening to them? I have not felt it.
They echo you, either fighting or surrendering to their feelings, their loyalty, their duty. Your mere presence serves as an example to them of something to uphold or something to fight against. Watch them carefully, see their patterns, and recognize the strength in it. Influence can be a weapon, one that you may need before your journey is done.
You may have a point about this. I will reflect upon this.
Good, and then act upon it. It is a powerful tool to motivate others. That was Revan's way, I believe. It was a strength.
That may be true, but Revan was the Sith Lord. He is a Jedi. And what exactly do you mean by that?
A discussion, perhaps, for another time.
Alright. That's the dark side point with certain actions or dialogues.
You have grown strong in the Force. I can feel its touch upon you. Do not let the higher mysteries blind you to others. Turning away from that which tempts you or causes you fear is not strength. Facing it is. I have seen you display many acts of mercy, charity in our journey. Why?
If there has been enough suffering in the galaxy, Kreia, and if I can be able to elevate for one person, then I would have made a difference.
Even if it weakens those you help, even if it robs them of the strength needed to grow, you have been chased, hounded since our first meeting, and it has only made you stronger, more capable.
I fail to see exactly how small acts of mercy can really be harmful, Kreia.
From such small things, from such critical points, the universe and its masses may be moved. That is why you must be careful in all that you do, and in every choice you make. Aiding them gives you strength by taking on their challenges, but weakens them. If that is your choice, then use their dependency, feed upon it, until you have exhausted them. Then leave them. And I would view the ones you travel with much the same way.
If that's the case, then perhaps I will be feeling you as disposable then?
Ah, now you are learning. Do you know why those we meet display such weakness? As I said, their lives are static, untested. It is only through interaction, through decision and choice,
Like I said, it's
through
part of the
confrontation,
influence,
physical
you
or
understand?
mental, that the force can grow within you. You have seen it. You have felt it within you as you have traveled with me. The growing anger, the rage, and the power it brings. Yet the power does not build without such struggle. Through small
Yeah, I have
cruelties,
witnessed such
greater
things.
ones are born.
See, there's a reason why. Now, outside when we're not traveling with Kreia, I can most definitely go with light side points.
Yes. Have you come with questions?
I want you to teach me more about the Force, Kreia.
Very well. What is it that drives you?
This bond that we share, the chain Force. I want to know more about it.
I confess its nature eludes me as well, but the bond is strong, and its roots run deep. It seems that at times of stress and pain, if they catch us unawares, then the pain is transmitted between us.
What about when we fight on our journey?
When battle is upon us, I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. I think we shall not have a repeat incident of what happened at Paragas.
I agree. What happened to your hand and then your pain, and also affect me. It's a real pain that I couldn't even bear it back in Paragas. And if you do not know what I was talking about, to those that is new to this, I advise you to look at in the episode 9. Now, I got more questions I need to ask.
Ask, and I will answer.
You don't seem to like the handmaid. Why?
There are countless reasons, and I have neither the time nor the patience to list them all.
If you really do not trust her, we could drop her off to the next planet if that makes you feel better.
No, she may have her uses. I will abide her presence, and so should you.
Why would you say that?
Because Atris is a threat, and as much as she would try to use us against you, so may we use her servants against her. Do not see every enemy as an enemy. See them instead as an ally, whether they realize it or not. This situation may yet work to our advantage.
I will keep that in mind. Watch the handmaid carefully. Again, this is part of the influence to be able to get to know the character better, because certain characters do not like such things like that.
Good. That is the most to be done until events unfold, as I'm sure they will in time.
Again, this is all part of the progress, okay? All part of the influence, as you see. Now, certain characters like Kreia does not exactly appear to weakness of loyalty. That's going to be okay when you're talking to them, when you're traveling with them. That's outside the ship, but it may not be a good idea to talk to them about certain things to go against their characteristics, as will decrease their influence. And trust me, you really wanted to have a plus influence on them.
Yes. Have you come with questions?
I need some answers, Kreia, and I need them now.
Then ask, and I will do my best to answer.
You know a lot more about Atreus than you let on. And there's something I need to ask. What is wrong with your eyes? You look like you don't even have eyesight.
There is nothing wrong with my sight, if that is your question. I see all that I need, though the seeing of things flesh and blood has failed me some time ago. They were distractions only.
There might be a way to heal your eyesight.
There is nothing wrong with my eyes. They simply have atrophied from use. They are adequate to distinguish shapes, silhouettes. If need be, I could heal them, restore my sight, but sight can prove a distraction. When one relies on sight to perceive the world, it is like trying to stare at the galaxy through a crack in the door. But that is a lesson for another time. You must learn to see crude matter for what it is, before the veil is lifted.
Okay.
Yes? Have you come with questions?
More answers.
Ask, and I will answer.
How well do you know Atreus?
Atreus herself is not as familiar to me as perhaps she should be. Yet I feel I know her, yes.
What do you mean?
Because Atreus's path is one I walked long ago, and it is a chapter of my life that has been read and closed. She has taken the first steps, I think. We shall see. Surely you felt the righteous anger, the spoken judgments, the lack of forgiveness.
You used to be a scholar like her?
I was a historian once, gathering the relics of the Jedi, learning the ancient mysteries. Always there were more questions. One quickly learns that the Jedi Code does not give all the answers. If you are to truly understand, then you will need the contrast, not adherence to a single idea. That is why Atreus and the others blamed me, sentenced me. They believed me responsible for Revan's fall.
Revan's. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Oh my god. I know that Revan has many different masters, but I never really got the answer to who first trained Revan. Kreia? Did you train Revan? Were you responsible for how he followed to the dark side?
You have already asked much. I do not wish to speak of this any longer.
Oh my god. Okay, now I got a lot more questions to answer.
Ask, and I will answer.
I have more questions about how Revan amassed such a huge force against the Republic, as I've heard rumors that he has encountered a Starforge in the Jedi Civil War.
Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath him, how he made them his?
Because he was a powerful presence, and there was a little one did not believe when he spoke of conviction.
Ah, but to make officers turn on their own people, to bomb innocent worlds, to make pacts, strong influence indeed. And where did these Sith teachings come from? And why did Revan embrace them so strongly? So many questions, yet the answers are few.
But I thought the teachings of the Sith came from Corman.
Oh, did they? No. Revan met no Sith empire, yet he learned their teachings. Many have mistaken the soldiers beneath Revan, the machines that were constructed to be the Sith. They are wrong. The Sith is a belief, and what Revan formed was not an empire, but something else. Yet how he did it is curious. And I suspect the answer to that question is tied to another. How was Revan able to corrupt so many so quickly?
You know, I have been wondering about this when, many years ago, in a series of the Old Republic before this one. Do you have any ideas on how exactly he was able to do it?
Not a one, but we shall see where our journey takes us, I think, and see how many answers we come across, yes.
I got more questions.
Ask, and I will answer.
Kreia, you trained Revan, didn't you? You were the first master you ever taught Revan. You brought him to the Order of the Jedi, didn't you?
I misspoke before, and I do not wish to choose my words unwisely again. Leave this be.
Alright.
Ask, and I will answer.
Kreia, it's time to be out of it. What are you? You are a neutral party, and yet you are not exactly comfortable with goodness or dark. So what are you exactly? Jedi or Sith?
Does it matter? Of course it does. Such titles allow you to break the galaxy into light and dark, categorize it. Perhaps I am neither, and I hold both as what they are, pieces of a whole. Know that I am your teacher, and that is enough.
Then what are you?
What do you wish to hear? That I once believed in the code of the Jedi? That I felt the call of the Sith? That perhaps once I held the galaxy by its throat? That for every good work that I did, I brought equal harm upon the galaxy? That perhaps what the greatest of the Sith Lords knew of evil they learned from me? What would it matter now? There is only so much comfort in knowing such things, and it is not who I am now.
But it may be connected to what we're dealing with now. Be Jedi or Sith, I still need to hear your story and judge you if you should be with us. Tell me what happened to you. I wish to know the whole story.
There are dark places in the galaxy where few tread, ancient centers of learning, of knowledge, but I did not walk alone. To be united by hatred is a fragile alliance at best. But my will was not law. There were disagreements, ambition.
A dark Jedi.
Hunger for power. There are techniques within the Force against which there is no defense. I was cast down, stripped of my power, exiled. I suffered indignities and fell into darkness. Learn from me my mistakes.
So that's how Sith treat their traitors?
That is all I ask of you, and that is all I desire. In you all my hopes rest for the future, for the Force.
I need more than that, Kreia.
If it means so much to you, then this I swear to you upon my life, upon our lives, that when your training is complete, I will answer everything. There shall be no more shadows between us, only truth that exists between master and apprentice.
Okay, I understand. Level up. See, this is the reasons why I am doing this, because certain characters responded to either the light side or the dark side, pity the weak, or protection of the innocent, in which case Kreia is, as you can see clearly. So right now, I'm just going to be doing this. That's interesting and new. Alright.
Yes. Have you come with questions?
More answers?
Ask, and I will answer.
If the council really cast you out then because of what happened to Revan, then how come Atreus and none of the Jedi Masters have mentioned you? They never even once spoke about your name?
Ignorance. And perhaps they do not remember or care. It is of no consequence to me or to them.
Are you certain?
Do not let them discover what makes you what you are before you do, or the consequences for the galaxy will be terrible.
Why? Tell me.
Because you learned to live without the Force, and that is something that the galaxy is not ready to accept.
Okay.
Yes. Have you come with questions?
More
Ask,
answers?
and I will answer.
Do you know anything about the Sith who pursue us? I need more information about the enemy that we are dealing with.
I know of them, yes, and how much like beasts they have become. Combined, united against the Jedi, they command legions of Sith. But above these legions there are 3 who must be stopped. As long as any one of them lives, then we, and all life, are doomed. One bathes in pain, feeds on it for sustenance. The other has ceased being a living being, so consumed by hunger that he has forgotten his own flesh. And the last is a creature of betrayals, for without such things there is no hope.
God. Okay. I'm going to take a high guess of the one who based in the pain you speak about. The man that we fought, that we saw back on Paragus, on the Harbinger. That was Sion, wasn't it? Who bathes in pain?
Yes, of pain he has learned much. Of knowledge, of teaching, he knows nothing. Like the others, he was spawned by the horrors of the Mandalorian Wars.
He was.
He exists solely to spread his pain to all Jedi everywhere.
No wonder his scars on his body look so ancient. He came from the Mandalorian Wars? But who is this betrayer?
Even now she is difficult to see. She must remain hidden for now until the time is right. If not, then all our efforts will be for nothing. In this you must trust me. If she is exposed too soon, then this war will be over before it has begun.
Okay. So, it's she, the betrayer. But who's the third? Well, I will get that answer later. For now, I have no other questions.
Ask, and I will answer.
Alright, I'll be going now.
Yes. Have you come with questions?
Yes. During our time when we were on Telos and we were trying to get to the Atreus Academy, there were some abilities of techniques of the Force that I need to know about. You need to teach me about.
Very well. What is it that drives you?
I want to know about the Force forms.
Very well. Of which did you wish instruction? Very well. What is it that drives you?
Then how about the lightsaber forms? I definitely do have those.
The Jedi practice many forms, many styles of lightsaber combat. It is good to know them, but not to rely on them. You may have already felt the Shicho, the simplest of the forms, return to you as your skill and perceptions have returned.
Yeah.
Others may come with time, with experience.
What can you tell me about the Chicho style? It's been a little bit helpful against the circuit soldiers and the robots.
It is simple, and its simplicity is strength. It allows focus, a slightly improved chance of connecting with one's opponent. It has no other advantages or disadvantages. It is an effective form to fall back on when no other form will do. Others may come with time, with experience.
And what about the Masaki technique? I just recently got that.
A technique that helps one resist the force attacks of an enemy and also is excellent in lightsaber combat. It does more damage, but it leaves you vulnerable to other attacks. Use it against others wielding the force or lightsabers, but not against anyone else. Others may come with time, with experience.
Good to know. Okay. I think that's all the questions I wanted to answer. But I may come back to you and get more answers. Now with other characters like Anne, Bador, and perhaps the Handmaiden and T3, you can most definitely be the guy that...
Oh, welcome, Exile. Is there something you need?
Are you alright? You look startled?
Yes, your features, your stance. There is a calm about you that I did not notice on Telos.
What do you mean?
There is an energy about you, a lightness in your movements. It is something I have seen in only the most disciplined and revered of the Ichani weapon masters, yet it comes to you with ease.
For a long time, after the many wars I've been to, recently now, since being connected to the Force back in Pragus, I do feel a lot better because of helping people. I feel more in touch with my surroundings and nearly to my inner soul and with others.
It shows in your features. It is beautiful to see.
Can I ask you a question?
You may ask.
Did Atreus ever mention me?
She said you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself.
Oh?
That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts. And she told us why you fell to the dark side.
And why was that?
Atreus says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars when you gave in to your lust for battle. Once you tasted war, you could not give it up.
So, can you tell me exactly if that's true about me giving in to the taste of wars? Why didn't I keep on fighting the Jedi Civil War?
Atreus says when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with them, because you had fallen so far you could no longer feel the Force.
Anything else?
I believe that is the extent of her expressed feelings toward you. There are variations at times, but all rise from the same foundation.
Express feelings?
Yes, it is difficult sometimes for others to truly speak their heart or listen to it. Words often prove difficult, or they do not come at all.
What do you think Atreus is hard to say?
Without having seen you and Atreus fight, I cannot say. Battle is a pure form of expression. It is heart and discipline, reduced to movement and motion.
Well, if that does come a time, then I would not wish to fight her. But if I do happen to fight against Atreus, then would that make the truth come out?
Perhaps it may prove truer than conversing with words. In battle, the words are swept away, giving way to actions. Mercy, sacrifice, anger, fear. These are pure moments of expression.
I see.
Yes?
What exactly are you doing?
I am training, so that if danger should strike, my body and my reflexes will be prepared. That, and I had forgotten how long hyperspace travel can be. If I do not have something to focus my attention on, I fear my sanity will erode as well.
So, you practice with battle techniques, or to do push-ups, or exactly do any of the exercises in here? I see. I too have been doing some exercises on my own time period, but you know, you could always play some Basag to ease tension.
What do you mean, Pazak? What, again?
How could you hear that?
No.
Thank you,
I'm not
Tree3.
trusted.
Act the cards.
That too.
Look, honestly, I don't think anybody trusts us here.
That is untrue. You and the Iridonian trust each other. Or at least the Iridonian trusts you. We heard much of the Iridonian when we served Atris. Atris believed that the Iridonian held the knowledge to restoring Telos.
Who? Bador?
Yes. His skill with machines is something beyond which most can aspire to. His shield technology surpasses the designs of even the most skilled of Ichani power architects. I do not realize if you know what it means to have such a one respect and follow you. The Iridonian allied himself with no one on the entire world of Telos, yet he will follow you at the risk of his life. His stance, in many ways, mirrors yours. Where he walks, he carries a world upon his shoulders, and like you, I do not know if he has ever faced it.
Well then, maybe you would like to explain why Atris is siphoning the power into the Telos Academy?
The reasons for such siphoning of power are complicated, and I do not know all the answers. But there is something greater being achieved. The teachings of the Academy must be preserved, even if it draws strength from Telos.
Atris thought that Bador is the key to saving the planet of Telos that is just resurrected from the dead.
Yes. His skill with machines is something beyond which most can aspire to. I do not realize if you know what it means to have such a one respect and follow you. His stance, in many ways, mirrors yours.
It is not your concern?
Very well. I did not mean to bring up painful
Do not apologize. It's been a really long time.
It does not sound like it is in the past, but I shall respect your wishes.
Okay.
Yes?
Can you teach me some of those fine moves you've been doing? I've been noticing them.
Training is something reserved for certain caste members of the Ichani, but I do not see the harm in instructing you in some basic principles. I do not understand how you and Atris fight, but I will instruct you on how Ichani children are raised on warfare.
Yeah. I fought against your half-sisters back at the academy. One-on-one is something I can deal with, but when it comes to like dealing with two of them or three, I can deal with two of them on hand-to-hand combat, but against like 4-3, well, you probably saw that from the last episode before the Act 2. That seems to be as good place to start with anything to begin.
All Ichani fighting principles rely on foundations. If one does not understand the most basic of fighting moves, it is not possible to understand the higher tiers. It is similar to learning the alphabet of a language before being able to use words, then sentences.
Okay, I understand. I am ready.
As a foundation, I will instruct you in our elementary movements. The body itself is the first weapon you must master. It is not something that can be described. Let us duel, you and I, and that shall teach you more than my words can. Use only your hands and feet to strike at me, nothing else, or our combat shall be over. Do not resort to using any items or any force techniques you may possess. Such things will obstruct learning.
Got it. No items, no weapons, no force abilities, and no armor, and no lightsabers. Got it.
Very well. I shall match my movements to resist your efforts. And do not hold back, or I will hurt you.
Like I told your sisters, I won't hold back against you either. Ultimate karate moves.
Well, indeed. You have caught the principles of the style by watching and anticipating my movements before you go. go back, face trial?
Because I felt that they deserve an explanation. Maybe I had to hear me defend myself, just to be certain.
I see. It was always something I was curious about. To walk to one's own sentence willingly. It's a brave thing.
Got a life point back. Alrighty, folks, I'm going to put a stop here for now. So, this has gone Spy, the Spy, sign off for now.